dry, and you can
it could dry.
Because this thing will set fire. So you have that situation. Get that on there. Okay? And then it has an automatic oil shut-off. Now I changed the oil last week, so it doesn't smoke like it was doing before. It's a lot better. So what you do on this one, the easiest deal, if you leave it level, you can put it in, it'll run. But you're better off to overfill a little. So what I do is slip this under here, just like that, to raise the angle just a little bit. Here's the valve. It's also handier if it's cool, because this exhaust will burn you. Got a few marks here where you get burned. So you undo it right there, and you just set it here to the side. And right over here, and this is our funnel for that. And again, the same deal. It's been burnt, so we've had to put strap tape on it because it burns the hole because of that exhaust. I stick it in there at an angle, and it will stick, just so you'll see. Tom's going to hold it, but it will stick on its own. It will absolutely, you won't need to hold it. It'll work. Then you bring we've got 3 of these, but you don't need much. You don't need much. You take that thing and pour about that much in it. Just a little swig.
Every time?
Well, and you're going to watch. You're going to watch.
Yes,
what you want it to do is to get to where it's just running out when it's done. It's not quite there, so we'll put a little bit more in. But if you put too much, then you got it running out. So you do it in a couple little bites. And it's smart if you do this during the day when it's light, and you're not fighting it at night in the dark, and then you're up here with a flashlight in your mouth trying to do 3 things at once. With everybody down there, when's the generator going to be on? And it's also important when you're up here, if you guys are down there and you're where somebody in the day doing it, don't be trying to start it. I heard last week I'm up here gassing it, and somebody's trying to start it. Well, that's a worse deal. You got open gas going, and somebody trying to fire it up.
And right here's the on and off switch, so you can turn it off and they can't start it from down there.
It won't start, but that means it doesn't keep firing.
Right here's on and off.
But even with it in off, you can be hitting against it. It won't let the ignition fire up. So you'll be draining the batteries. My point is so. All right. So I think let's just see if Tom's got it. No, we still need a little more. Hand me that thing again.
White one?
GTX, the white one. I normally try to use real good oil. Teresa bought 3 Pennzoils down there at Cotopaxi. That's all they had. So you get stuck with what you have. Maybe a little bit more. One for the road, you know.
Gotta have it from every angle, Eric.
No.
Mine doesn't even have those features.
Okay, we're getting really close. Now the other trick is when you get ready to put it on, you want to have this in hand so that when you pull it, it's still not there. Still a little more. One more white one.
You sure you filled it last week?
It was full last night. When you run it, it uses it. You can almost last 2 nights with both oil and in the same way with the gas, unless you're just out watching movies or doing a bunch of stuff. And realize this stuff does cost money. The 5-gallon can's $20. So ready? Yeah. And you slap that on. If you get somebody that isn't shaking too bad, makes a difference. Okay, now then we have that. Stick that back in. I would just stick it in here so it has less chance of getting dirt in the end of it. And Tom will just pop that out and stand it in the corner. And now fire it up and see it'll run. And then you can turn it right back off.
But Cindy, can you see right here? This button? Mm-hmm. Okay. See this button here? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Good oil makes a difference, makes a big difference.
This is a choke right here. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times when you start it the very first time, you may need to end up choking.
In colder weather, you won't be able to start this from the cabin. In the summer, you might get away with it. In the fall, when we're hunting when we're up there hunting, first guy in the morning comes out and fires it. We can turn it off and fire it back from the cabin. But because you got to choke it, you got to come up here first thing, and that'll be that way.
Is that the silver button on the side?
No, it's this.
No, the black's the choke on the actual push button. Is that the silver one?
Right
Silver.
down there?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we turn that back on and leave it on. Then in the winter, when we get ready to leave, Tom or I, we will undo these little cables and pull it away, and we take the battery cables off the battery. And with a good battery, it'll last the winter, and you put it on in the spring, and it'll fire right up. If you leave it on, it's got a slow trickle on it. It'll drain it. Lose your battery. I've been through about
And
5 batteries.